Of you who do not know me, my name is Carolynne Harvey, and I'm the founder of Dream Baby Sleep. And tonight I am jumping right into the secret sauce. I don't wait for people to join. I get it. You have families and babies, and you're holding and rocking and shushing. I know it. I've been there. I am you. I am ultimately the mom who broke every single rule in the book, so nothing you have done, I have not done as well. So direct message me. I love swapping stories about that. Tonight we're talking about the most popular sleep training method and exactly what to do to apply it starting, well, not tonight, because that's the first thing we're going to talk about, age-appropriate bedtime. You're not going to start tonight, but you are going to start tomorrow, okay? So what I want you guys to know about the number one most popular sleep training method is that anybody can do it. I am talking about for my babies ages 4 months and older, okay? So babies 4 months and older, toddlers, all the way up, so basically 4 months to 5 years old, okay? This does not mean that this is the only sleep training method out there. There's tons of them. Myself and my team, which is made up of Jennifer Mendillo and Zan Kaufman, we are all certified infant and toddler sleep experts. We are trained in every single sleep training method out there. So if this method that I'm about to discuss with you is not for you, that's okay. It's not the only one, all right? The beauty is every single sleep training method works. Really, it just depends on the parent's consistency and really identifying a sleep training method that is aligned with your parenting style, your family dynamic, and ultimately the number one thing that you're going to look at is the temperament of that baby or toddler. So let's jump right into it. What is the number one most widely used sleep training method for infants and toddlers? Not because I say so, because statistics say so. It is check and console. Check and console is a sleep training method that allows the parents to participate. It's a beautiful, beautiful way to provide loving direction to your little ones. Be present, but also step back and allow them the freedom to self-soothe. And everybody gives me a hard time about this. Self-soothing, that is. Self-soothing in my world means crying. I'm not trying to pretty it up, if you will. I get it. I know listening to your child cry is unpleasant. I could not do it. That's her. That's Christine over there. This beautiful little angel is kind of where it all started. Not kind of, it is where it all started. So I was not able to listen to her cry. So I have a no to low cry tolerance. Some people are no to low, low to medium, or medium to high. There's no right or wrong. It's just where you are, and that's brilliant. So with this little angel right here, I can't stand it with those eyes. Are you guys witnessing this? I mean, seriously, is there too much glare? Can you not see it? If you could see it, let me know. I can't with her, those lips and those eyes. Okay, so it started with her. I'm a low to no cry tolerance. So I did use check and console. Thanks, guys. I did use check and console for sleep training Christine. And ultimately, you need to start off with some really solid foundation, some key components to the foundation. You can't just start applying check and console with a bedtime that's at 9:30. No. So if you've been following me for a while, I want to hear from you. Go ahead and comment and let me know what time age-appropriate bedtime is, the range, starting at 4 months and going to 4 years, 4 years old. Everybody thinks there's a huge swing there. It's the biggest mistake everybody makes. Bedtime is too late. You have to make your bedtimes earlier, guys. Please, 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 please. You can bump it out. You can make it later. So I see you guys commenting and I love it, and I'm going to address, yeah, exactly. Everybody's saying it, 5:30 to 7:30. Brilliant, okay? So 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. is your sleep window when your child is ages 4 months to 4 years, ultimately, and really 5 years. My daughter is 6 years old. I put her to bed at 7:15 tonight because that's how I roll here. Not because I'm a sleep expert, because I'm a mom who recognizes that my 6-year-old is running and gunning all day long and she's tired. She's tired. So she went to bed at 7:15. So with that said, we need an age-appropriate bedtime. If you are a working parent like myself, like my team, like the majority of my clients, you can manipulate bedtime once we have sleep under control. Sleep that is not at school. Just interrupted my post because it's snowing. So, dear Lord, let them be calling to tell me to drive safely on the way to school tomorrow and not saying that school is closed. Oh, gosh, please let school be open tomorrow. Okay, let me get back on track. Age-appropriate bedtime. It's between 5:30 and 7:30 for my working parents who are falling off of their chair saying, no, 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 it's not possible. I can't do that. Trust me, you can and you will. It's temporary and it's short term. We have to right the ship. We have to bring bedtime down before we can manipulate it and bump it out so that it works better for your work-life balance. We can and will bump it out. You can absolutely achieve that later bedtime. Myself, Jennifer, and Zan are helping clients do it on the regular. Okay, while the baby is still not sleeping well, we have to bring that bedtime down. Number one is age-appropriate bedtime. Obviously, a solid bedtime routine. Move the feed to the front of the bedtime routine. If you need help and support with that, reach out to us. We feed, bottle or breast, however you're feeding. We love it and support it. We are giving bath. If we're not giving a bath, we're doing a soothing, comforting, loving lotion pajama routine to emulate a bath. And then we're reading books. And please, we're not reading 5, 6, 7 books, you guys. You're stimulating your children. They're beautiful. They're loved. I fully support reading to your children. It's amazing for their development, but 1 to 2 stories. Don't let it get away from you because then the bedtime routine becomes this 45-minute extravaganza, sometimes even longer. I want your bedtime routines 15 to 20 minutes. Don't let them get away from you, okay? So once we have an age-appropriate bedtime, we have determined we're applying check and console. Why are we applying check and console? We want to be present, number one. I'm not going to talk about gentle sleep training methods. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in qualifying them as gentle or direct or more aggressive or more direct because I really feel like it shames the parent regardless of which method they chose. So all sleep training methods work, just like bottle or breast works. Fed is best. Sleeping well is best. However, you as a parent choose to get there. We at Dream Baby Sleep support you. So let's give a high five to all the parents who choose a method that works for them. So check and console works because you want to be present, you want to be able to provide loving direction, and you are comfortable allowing your baby to self-soothe for a minimum of 3 minutes. We have to start at 3 minutes, you guys, okay? So what do I mean by that? We decide that we are placing our babies down for bed somewhere between 5:30 and 7:30 based on the quality of your day sleep, based on the age of your baby. Check out the blog. Jennifer and Sam will post it, age-appropriate bedtimes. And then you are going to leave the room. That's right. I said it. You're going to leave the room. You're going to walk out. And everybody says, Carolyn, the baby's crying. I can't leave the room. Yes, you can. Because if you have more than one child, you know as well as I know that one of those kids has an emergency poop disaster. You have no choice but to head on out into the hallway, into the bathroom and take care of business. You have a child who is not feeling well and you need to tend to them, take their temperature, give them medication, whatever the case may be. You need to walk away from that baby. They are safe in their loving, beautiful environment and they are not going going to feel alone and afraid. They may cry and protest, which is also known as self-soothing. I don't mince words. It's crying. I get it. I'm not trying to sweeten it. They are going to be self-soothing in the safety of their crib, in the safety of their home, with you coming back to check on them. So even if your baby is crying, in order to implement check and console, you lay them down drowsy but awake and or wide awake. I'll get to that later. And you leave the room, shut the door. You're now outside the room and your baby is in an escalated cry. You set your timer for a minimum of 3 minutes. For my parents who have a medium cry tolerance, you could start your timer at, let's say, 5 or 7 minutes. Wherever you start, you need to be able to follow through with, so always err on the side of caution and start earlier rather than later, okay? I see a lot of questions and comments. I appreciate it and I love your support. If you can go ahead and share this post, it would mean the world to me. I will answer every single question and every single comment that is on this live broadcast. So hang in there with us because we appreciate it. So we're talking you through check and console, the most popular sleep training method out there, appropriate for babies ages 4 months or older up to really 5 years old. We're starting at 3 minutes in this example. If you have a higher cry tolerance, you'll start at a later interval, maybe 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes. Doesn't matter where you start as long as you're consistent. We've put the baby down drowsy but awake. Baby is crying as we're walking out of the room. That's okay. We leverage our sleep mantra. It's okay. It's night time. It's time for sleep. For those of you who don't know me, I talk really fast. Get a pen and write this down. I'm not leaving anything out. You are not going to want to miss what I'm going to share with you. People pay a lot of money for what I'm about to tell you guys, okay? I'm happy to give it away for free. I want to help people. So we shut the door and we cringe and we're just, our blood pressure's through the roof. That's okay. Take a deep breath. Channel yourself because your baby needs healthy sleep and you need healthy sleep. That's right. I said it. You too. Yeah, that's right. You too. So you can be the best mom you can be. If you're married, the best partner you can be. If you have a significant other, the best lover you can be. That's right. I said that too. Lover. Maybe you're making another baby. You need time for that. So you need to get the first baby sleeping if you're going to be making another baby. So with that said, you shut the door and you start your timer for 3 minutes from an escalated cry, not from a wah fuss, you guys. I hear it all the time. Check and console's not working for me. That's because you're starting from a wah fuss. Thank you, Raquel, for sharing. I couldn't miss that. I love you. So shut the door, start the timer from an escalated cry. If you're hearing wah fuss, you're not starting your timer. No. You're standing down and you're thanking the good Lord above or whatever you believe in that your baby is not currently in an escalated cry, because a large majority of them are. It's controlled, you're there, you're present, and you're returning. Just like riding a bike, right? We're going to put, nobody says, God, I can't believe you taught your kid how to ride a bike. Shame on you. You put that kid on that bike knowing they were going to fall off their bike and cry. Shame on you. You are psychologically traumatizing your child because you taught them how to ride a bike. Said no one ever. Yet, when we, in a loving, controlled environment, allow our babies to cry and or self-soothe, call it whatever you want, they're synonyms, okay? I'm not trying to sweeten it. Because we allow them to cry in a safe, loving environment, suddenly we're horrible parents. But yet, if we don't teach them how to ride a bike, we're horrible parents. Like, I don't get it. So it's the same analogy. I'm not here to debate whether or not sleep training is psychologically damaging, because I know without a shadow of a doubt that it is not. If it's not for you, then that's spectacular. And what you're doing is wonderful and working, and that's great. So don't shame the people who are reaching out for help and or want to try something different that works for their parenting style. So we've shut the door, we waited for the escalated cry, and there it is. Hysterical crying, and we're talking about screaming. Hysterical crying. We set our timer on our watch or our iPad, iPhone, whatever the case may be. We set it for 3 minutes and we wait. 3 minutes. Ugh, it's horrible. I cringe. Literally, I cringe just thinking about it. I empathize with you. I know what it feels like. I've been there. So this is a means to an end. It's short term and it's purposeful. So we go make a cup of tea, cup of coffee, glass of wine, put a load of laundry in, go put on our favorite show, listen to our favorite song, whatever the case may be. We wait for 3 minutes from the escalated cry. We go back in the room. We take a deep breath because that baby is smart and we are mindful of our tone and temperament. We go in there. We approach the baby. We pat, shush. You can absolutely touch your baby. The goal is to not pick the baby up, barring any gut instincts of illness or danger. Don't misunderstand me. You can pick your baby up whenever you please. During sleep training, we want to try and avoid it, barring any gut instincts of danger or illness. Obviously, pick up the baby whenever you want. However, we go in, we pat, shush. If we're stroking the baby, rubbing the baby's arm, leg, patting the fanny, and it's comforting to them, fantastic. If they're wincing, if they're arching their back and kind of moving away from you, then don't do it. Nothing worse for us as parents when we go to provide comfort to our little ones and they wince away from us. It hurts our feelings, but that's okay. You're not alone. Honor what your baby is telling you and take a step back, okay? So then you would use your sleep mantra. I want everybody to say it with me. Are you ready? If you follow me, you know what I'm about to say. It's okay. It's night time. It's time for sleep. That is your sleep mantra. You could tweak it a smidge, make it your own. It's okay, sweetie. It's night time. It's time for sleep. That's your sleep mantra. Every time you go in, you're using the same sleep mantra. We're not negotiating, especially with our toddlers. We're not engaging with them. We're not having conversation. We are only shushing a loud S, shh, followed by our sleep mantra. It's okay. It's night time. It's time for sleep. Manifest your destiny. If you believe it, it will come true. So we're in the room briefly, 1 to 2 minutes. Second biggest mistake people make. They're in there for like ever, 10, 20, 30 minutes. Your job after the baby is 4 months old is no longer to soothe that baby to sleep. Your job is to provide loving direction, take a step back, and allow the baby the freedom to soothe themselves to sleep because they can and will. You're afraid of it because it's unknown and you've never done it. I get it. I've been there. I am the mom who broke every rule in the book. For those of you who just joined us, my name is Carolynne Harvey and I'm the founder of Dream Baby Sleep. And we are demystifying check and console. Get your pens and pencils ready. We went in for our first check. We were in there for 1 to 2 minutes. We're brief. Don't get carried away in there. Pat, shush. Sleep mantra. It's okay. It's night time. It's time for sleep, last thing out of our mouth, and we're out of there. Your baby may still be crying and or most likely will be, and that is okay. You are not a bad parent because you walked out of the room. Because remember, you're not a bad parent when you teach them how to ride the bike and they knowingly get on the bike, fall off and cry. Nobody says shame on you then. Remember that. Hear my voice in your head when your baby's crying because it's hard. And I know it's uncomfortable, and I know that it pains you physically. I get it because I was there. But you're going to leave the room, and you're going to shut the door because you know that your baby needs restorative sleep, and that you currently have a problem, and what you're doing is not working, and that's okay because you can fix it. So you leave the room and you shut the door. Now you reset the timer for 5 minutes. For those of us who have a no to low cry tolerance, we're starting at a minimum of 3 minutes and then we're increasing to 5 minutes. We've shut the door, the baby's crying. We restart the timer for 5 minutes. We're gonna hold steady all night at 5 minutes, you guys, okay? So there's ways to modify this. When we customize sleep training programs, we often modify this based on temperament, family dynamic, and parenting style. But I'm going with a basic model, okay? So with that said, we've shut the door after our first brief 1 to 2 minute check in the room. Last thing out of our mouth was our sleep training method. Baby's crying. As we shut the door, we're cringing. And we reset the timer for 5 minutes. We wait for 5 minutes. And all of a sudden at 4 minutes and 15 seconds, you don't hear anything. Or you hear a wah, fuss, and you're like, oh my God, what's happening in there? And you're waiting, the clock's still ticking. The clock's not still ticking. You must stop the clock and reset it. This is the key to check and console, and this is where everybody goes wrong. Pay attention. You do not pause the timer. You reset the timer when you're outside of the room and you're waiting your 5 minutes. When your baby self-settles down to a wah wah fuss, anything less than an escalated cry, you are resetting the timer. You're not pausing it. You're resetting it. You're waiting until you hear the next escalated cry. So if at the 4-minute and 30-second mark, your baby's suddenly not in an escalated cry, you're stopping the timer and resetting it, okay? You will wait until you hear the next escalated cry, and you know what that means. It means full on crying. I'm not saying leave your babies to cry. I'm telling you, if you want to use check and console successfully, this is what's required. If you don't like this method, that's okay. There's another method for you. Tonight, we're only talking about check and console. After the 5-minute mark, you go in. Pat, pat, shush. It's okay. It's night time. It's time for sleep. Some gentle pats, if that's soothing to them. You're in the room 1 to 2 minutes, and you leave. It's short term, it's purposeful, and it yields results. You rinse and repeat all night for 5 minutes until the baby falls asleep. It's honestly that simple. Please don't overthink this. You have to have an age-appropriate bedtime, number one. If your bedtime is too late, it's not going to work. Do not start check and console if your bedtime is later than 7:30 p.m. This is not the method for you. Call us. You need to have a bedtime routine where the baby's going down drowsy but awake. Move the feed to the front of the bedtime routine. Feed, bottle or breast, bath or massage, right? Or just lotion, quick little lotion. Pajamas, a story, 1 or 2, and bed, drowsy but awake, okay? We're applying check and console. We're starting at a minimum of 3 minutes. If you have a low to medium cry tolerance, you could increase that and start at 7 minutes. If you have a medium to high cry tolerance, you could start at 10 minutes. I have clients that start at 30 minutes. You start with where you're comfortable. Then you're going to increase the time of the first check by a minimum of 2 minutes. Not rocket science. Make a chart because you're sleep deprived. Or call us and we'll write you a custom plan. But either way, if you follow this, you will get results. Check and console is parents who have babies that are ages 4 months to 4 years. They want to be present. They want to give loving direction. And they want to see results in 2 weeks' time. That's right. I said that too. 2 weeks' time. I'm dropping all sorts of truth bombs over here. You guys, I get it all the time. We've been sleep training for 3 months and we're still making You need to call us. We will help you. For those of you who do not know, DreamBabySleep.com has a newsletter that we offer exclusive promotions to our newsletter subscribers only. We offer nap package promotions at $75 off. We offer VIP email access where you could email us whenever your little heart desires. We have a package that starts as low as $99. So please, please, please sign up for our newsletter. We do not post those promotions, those VIP exclusive night weaning guides. We do not post those on social media. You must subscribe to our newsletter in order to have access to that. And we're funny and we share really cute, cool, purposeful parent stuff. We also want to hear from you. Please direct message me or email me directly. It is Carolynne at DreamBabySleep.com. CAROLYNNE at DreamBabySleep.com. Jennifer or Zan on the Dream team will go ahead and put that in the comments. That is my direct and personal email address. I want to hear from you. I want to hear your feedback. I love talking with clients one-on-one. I want to know what's most meaningful to you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Do not be afraid of check and console. It is your friend. If you need more help, raise your right hand and reach out for it, because that's what we're here for. Support your mommy friends, daddy friends, and if you hear somebody talking about sleep training, give them the wink, because we all know it's not easy. Thanks, guys. Have a great night.